with our Flask form here, where we build the department form, the program form, the level form, and the course form. In the previous video, what we did was to create the faculty form where we can be able to key in the faculty name and the faculty code, and then click on changes, and then it takes us to the list faculty. Let's quickly go to our Visual Studio Code. Please, if you don't understand this, please quickly go to our lesson 1 down to this lesson 4C so that you can understand how this works. All right. So now I'm in you can see that these are all the modules for this application, the student course group for this application. All right. Now we'll look at the department module because we'll focus on this one. We already created the faculty form, so fill in this. What I will do now is you can see we are in the template folder. I will right click and then click on new file, then add department.html. I've created this. I will create outside this template folder. I will go to the department folder. You can see it. I'm in department folder now. Then I will click on new file here. Then forms.py. Here we will define our Flask form for the department. Remember in the previous video we did that for faculty. If you go to the faculty, you go to the forms, that we did that for faculty. So instead of me rewriting this code again, like for department, I will just copy what I did here in faculty and again go to my department, forms.py, and then paste it here. Then I'll do some changes. So because we're in department form, I will change this to department form. So we still have the hidden field, which we explained in the previous video of why we are using this. Then I'll have the department name and then the department code. So this will be department name and this will be department code. We are still left with one more field here, which will be the faculty ID. Now, because we are designing a web application, so we need the faculty ID to be a select field. Faculty ID equals to select field. Okay, like this. So the select field label can be select faculty, and here we don't actually need a validator because here the user is not inserting any records to this select field here. The user will just select a faculty and then key in the department name and the department code. So we can just leave it like this. Okay. Now, one more thing we need to do in the department module, because we need to pop up all the faculty name in this select field. So we're going to define it here. So we need to create a function. I'll explain this. Args, quarks. Okay. Now, this is a constructor method of the department class. This is a constructor method of the department class. So it accepts the arbitrary position like the args here and the keyword arguments, which is this one. This is the keyword arguments. That's why we have KW args. It means keyword arguments to ensure flexibility. So this allows the form to accept argument like form data when it is instantiated in a view, right? Then with the next line here, we have the super. Then we'll call this, we have the department form. Okay, self dot init args. Then we have the keyword argument. Okay, now this super here is used to call the parent class, which is a Flask form constructor, right? The parent class Flask form constructor. So the Flask form class is the base class provided by the Flask WTF, which in turn inherits from the WT forms here, right? So that is what we're doing here. So the next one we're going to do here, which is self dot the faculty, that is this faculty ID now, self dot faculty ID dot choices equal to, right? Okay, for faculty in faculty dot query dot all. Now this, you can see this, I will explain this later. You can see that this is showing error here because we have not imported the faculty model. But what I'm going to do here is to import from app.faculty dot the models import faculty. So the reason why we're importing this is, remember that this is a select field. I will want the faculty name to show in the select field so that the user can select the faculty a particular department belongs to. So that's why we're doing this. So the self.faculty.choices, right? So here we are querying all the record in the faculty table so that we can be able to show it up on this stuff here on the faculty ID here. That is why we have the self.faculty.choices, and then what we'll do is to look through this faculty.query.all, which what we're going to select here is, you can see what I copied this. So faculty dot the ID, then faculty dot the name, right? So now the name here will show to the name, that is what the user will see. So when the user inserts this record, the ID is what goes to the relational database management system rather than the name, right? So that we can be able to query it. Remember that when we are explaining the primary key and the foreign key, right? So the foreign key is the one that stores in the table so that we can be able to know the department that belongs to a particular faculty, but we're not using the name because this ID is the primary key in the fact this ID here is the primary key in the faculty table. Like if you go to the faculty module here, if you go to the faculty module here, you can see this is the ID and this is the primary key. So that's why we are saving it as a foreign key in the department module here. So that's why we are saving it so that we can be able to know which department belongs to a particular faculty. So that's why we're doing this. So we are done with the form here. So the next place we'll go to the view.py where we define our functional requirements for this department module. What I will need to do here is to import our model, our department model, department.models import department. Then I will import the form from app.department dot models import departments, sorry, it's dot forms import department form. So I'll quickly create a function to add faculty, which is this is the operator department dot the root. So I'll call this add department. Now we need method. Right? I've explained what this method was in the previous lesson. You can quickly go to the previous lesson and learn why we're using the get and why we're also using the post. I will define the function our department. Now, one thing I want to make you guys understand that it doesn't mean that the part here should be the same name of the function, right? Let me just use this, right? So that you know, be like the part name is our department and the function name should be our department. No, that does not how it works. Okay. So at the end, this is returning render template this. I'll have my variable called forms, and these forms will hold department form. So if forms dot if form dot validate on submit, what happens? I will call let's call the faculty ID, which is equal to forms dot. I will go to my forms here. I will copy this one here, and I'll go to my view, forms dot this dot data, comma. Okay. Then I have my faculty, sorry, it's department name, forms dot department name dot data. Let's find out if it's the same name here. Yes, it's the same department name. I'll go to this place and then paste it here. Okay. Then we have department code, which is forms dot department code dot data. Now what happens? Let's insert this record, insert the record to the database, to the relational database management system. What I will do now is to create another variable, like I can call it new department, equal to. So I will call this model now. I will call this model department, open bracket. If we go to the department model here, you go to the department model here, you will see the ID. We're not inserting any record to the ID because by default, the ID auto increments, right? So what we're inserting record to is the faculty ID, the name, and the code. So I will copy this faculty ID here. I will go to my view.py here. So inside this bracket, I will paste it here, equal to this faculty ID here. So it means that let me explain this. Now, this form here is passing the data or the input value, and this faculty ID, which is a variable, holds that input value. And now we created a department. We imported a department model, and the department model has attributes. So the first attribute is the faculty ID. So we like passing the value here down to the faculty ID here, right? So the next line will be, so if we go to the view, the model again for department, you will see the name and the code, right? So I'll go to my view here. This is the name, equal to, I will copy this department's name and then I'll paste it here. Then I will do the same thing for code, equal to, I will copy this department's code, I'll paste it here. Then our next line will be, remember that during the previous lecture in the global init.py, we set up our DB where we pass with this SQL Alchemy function here. And that's what we'll be using ever since to create our model. So if you go to the department model, you will see from app import DB. So that's what we're using. And definitely DB will be the one to like create the records, like insert the records to the table department or any other table. So what we'll do here, this is the department model, this is the view. So the next thing we'll do here, we're going to import that DB here in this views script. So from app import DB. So what the DB does is it will take the record straight up to when this button is clicked, it will take the record to it will submit the record to the relational database my message to the MySQL database. What I have to do is the db.session add. So I will copy this variable here and paste it inside here. Then I'll have db.session or db.session.commit. Done. So once this record is inserted, what happens? It should just take us to return redirect URL4, then the function. So the name of the folder is department. So department dot, then the name of the function we want to redirect to after inserting record to the department table is this. So copy this one, get department list, and then paste it here. Done. So we're not done here because definitely when somebody navigates to the R department, it should take us to the R department.html, right? R department.html. So that's what I'm going to do in the render template here. So this will be R department.html, right? So then we have to pass in this form. After forms equal to, we have to paste it here, forms. So I'm passing this form. So when somebody click on the art department, so this form here needs to show in the HTML end. That's what we define here. So we have already defined this in the faculty module here. I will just copy what I did here and then do some changes. So paste it here. You can see what I did. I pasted in the art department. So I'll just change this to art department. So everything remained the same here. Then I will change this one to the form dot faculty ID. Please make sure for you not to be, make sure that this name here should be the same with the form we created here, right? Should be the same name here. So I'll just copy this our department. So I'll just change the faculty ID and then it's faculty ID. So this one will be department name and this is department name. Let's confirm that. Let's go to the form. Department name, and this is code, department code, department code. So let me just copy this and paste it here. This will be department code, and this will be department code. Cool. So everything here is okay. So I'm done with the art faculty here. Now let's check something. You can see what happens here, right? So I purposely do the forms, they create a variable called forms like this so that you won't think that your name must be form, right? Or I can decide to create a variable called pal like this or fm like this. Now, once you create a variable called fm, you are passing this form, this department form you created, you are passing it. That means that fm holds this form. So in your R department here, instead of your name to the name to be form here, you have to put fm, fm the hidden field, fm the form, the faculty ID, fm the faculty ID, fm the department name, fm, 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 and then fm. Right. So that's all for the art departments. So let's quickly do something. The art faculty. Let's just complete. Go to the views bar in the art faculty. So let's just complete it. So that when somebody click on the button, they can be able to add faculty so that we can be able to see the select field of all faculty records in the department module. So what we'll do here, remember we already created an insert record for the department. I'll just go to the department here, go to the view here, then I will copy everything. I will copy the insert, just this one. I'll copy this one and I will go to the faculty here. I'll paste it here. So I'll call this one, let me call this one new faculty. Then remember the model is the faculty model. So I have to import from app.faculty.models import faculty. So we can see here. So we'll now go to the faculty models here. and then we have just the name and the code, a name and a code. So I'll go to my view part, then I will remove this one here. So this is a name, then I'll have my faculty name here, then the code is the faculty code. So the DB, you can see DB is still showing error because we have not actually imported it. So I will import from app, import DB. So the DB the section, so I'll pass in a new faculty, then commit. So we're done with this. So let's test this and see how it works. Right? Let's test it and see how it works. Let me refresh. Okay. Okay, let's run this. Let's run the application. Py app.py. So let's run this one. Okay, so if I click on faculty now, this faculty. So if I click on this, so let's call this one faculty name should be like let's call it computing, and let's call this com. So click on this. Although we haven't put in the message yet to show if it's successful or not. So we're going to do that in in the other videos after this one. We're going to do that. How can we be able to show a flash message on this HTML page? But I believe the record will be there. So let's add another one. Let's add another one. Let's call this one natural and applied sciences. So let's call this NAS and then save changes. So let's go to our SQL and find out if the records are there, right? So let me just, so if I select this, so you can see the records, right? Computing and natural and applied science. So the records are there. So let me just delete some, let me delete that first one. Okay, well, now we have computing and natural and applied sciences, right? So let's go to the browser and then click on department. So we click on add new department. Okay, we haven't actually linked it. So we'll go to the department list. This is list department. Here, where we have the add department, we have to call the function here. URL for then the name of the module, which is called department dot, then the function is called add department. I'll copy this and then paste it here. So I'll refresh. Yes, I will refresh. Then if I click on this, it takes me to our department. You can see what happens, right? You can see the drop down. Now we have computing and natural and applied science. Let's go back to the faculty. Let's add one more faculty. Let's call this one medicine. Then this is MED. Then save changes. So if I go to the department now, our department, if I click on the drop down, you can see computing, natural and applied sciences, and medicine. You can see how it works, right? So it means that the user is not actually saying the ID, which is a foreign key. What the user is saying is the name. So when the user select this, right, and then when I click let's computing, then department name, let's call this department software engineering. Then this, let's call it SEN, and save changes. So the record is actually there. So let's find out, because for now the record will not show in the table because we have not done that. So we'll do this in the next lecture where we're going to populate all the records to this HTML table. Right. If I go to the SQL here, and I put select from department. So you can see we have a department called software engineering. Now you can see the foreign key here. The foreign key is 3, which means that software engineering, if you go to the faculty, let's run these two. So I'll see what, let me explain something here. Okay, I can't run two at a time. You have, okay, let's run this. Let's try this. Okay, I can't run two at a time. So let's try this. Okay, now you can see that the ID3 is this is the primary key in the faculty. The ID3 is computing. Now in the department, if you run the department, right, you see that the software engineering belongs to the computing faculty. But see the foreign key here, which is 3. Right now you can see how it is, how simple it is. So now let's do for program and let's do for level and let's do for course. So be fast because most the program level in the course is just like we'll copy and paste. So first we'll do for the art form for program, we'll do for the art form for level, and do for the art form for course. So let's be fast and get it done. So when I click on this, nothing happens, right? So we haven't actually created a table for program. So let's do that fast. I'll go to the program now. I'll go to the program module. This is the program module. I haven't created it yet, so I will click uh, list program, list program .html. So I'll go to the department module and just copy this department.html. I'll copy everything here, then I'll paste it here. Paste. I'll just do some changes here to the program list. So let this remain for now. Later I'll change it when I start writing the function. So are you sure you want to delete all programs? Let's write programs. So change this one to delete all programs. Then this, because every program belongs to a particular department. So what I will do here is instead of us to have a faculty ID, have a department ID, department name. Now this will be program name, and this will be program code. So then the table data cell, let's assume we have one, and let's assume this is software engineering, software engineering department. Then let's assume the program here is Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. So let's call this one BSc Software Engineering or BSc SEN, right? BSc SEN, let's call it like this. Okay, now for the edits, are you sure you want to delete this row? Okay, delete. Okay, everything is okay here. So I've done for the list program. I've done for the list program. So what I will do here, I will go to my view.py here. Now let me just do everything once because you guys have already understood the tables and understood how to add forms. So in the HTML template here, I will just add another form, call it add program.html. So I'll do the same thing. I'll go to the department table, add department. I'll copy this and then go to the program here and then I'll paste this here. So I'll still come back to make corrections because we have not add program. We have not actually defined the form yet. So for this one here, I will go to the program here and then click on forms.py. So the same thing, I'll still go to the department here. I will copy everything here. Then I will go to the program here This is the forms, so I'll paste it here. So I'll just do some changes here. So what I will do here is to change this to program form. So this is the hidden field. So to change this to department ID. So this is a select field because every program belongs to a particular department. So this will be select field, so be select department. So this is the program name. So the label is the program name. And this is the label, this is the program code. So this is the program code. Okay, and this is the submit field. So it's the same thing, right? So what I will do here is to change this to program form. Everything remains the same apart from this will now be department ID. Then I will change this for department in department.query.all. So I will just go straight to this one here and then change this import to department. This is the folder that the models dot the department model. So I'll go back to this place here. You can see the error is out from here. Then here I have to like copy these departments here, put it here, and then this one, put it here. So we are done with program form, right? We are done creating the program form. Then remain the views. So instead of me like rewriting everything from scratch, which I already have something similar in the department module, I will just copy everything here and then paste it in the program module here in the views.py. So just to do some changes one after the other. So remember from Flask import everything, all the functions that we need from this extension tool called Flask. Then here, because we are doing the program here, what we need here is a program blueprint, which is after the program folder, then import the program BP. Now if you check, let's check this in.py. Oh, we have not even created this in the program here. So what I will do, I'll still go to the department in it and copy everything here and then go back to the program in it here and then paste it. So I'll just change this to program BP. Then this will be the same. The folder name is program, so it must be the same name with this program. So everything looks okay now. Program. Then that is when I'll go back to the view.py here. You can see. So now if I click on this, I can be able to see it, right? So now this should be program dot models, then import program. Then app dot program dot forms import program form. Right. So I'll change this one, this operator to program BP. Then I'll change this to program list. Then this will be get program list. Then this will be, let's go to the template file. You see this list program.html. So this will be list program.html. So I'll just change this one here to this. So this one for the art program, I have to change the part here to be art program. So this will be art program. So the forms here will be program form. This is the program form. Okay, so forms validate. So I have to change this one to department ID. So this will be forms.department id.data. Please make sure that in the program form you have to check. Yes, we have the department ID, we have the program name and the program code. So this is the department id.data, and this will be the program name, the forms of program name, and this is the program code, forms.program code. Okay, now inside the record, insert the record to the relation database management system. So this is new, we call this new program. Then this is, we call this on program, because this is a model, this is a model. So now let's start passing that. So we'll go to the model, the program model. So what we have here is the department ID. I will copy this and then I will just paste it here to here. We'll copy this one now, then I'll paste it here. So let's check the model again. We have the name and the code. Okay, so this it stands. So I'll just pass this program name here and then this program code here. So I'll pass this variable new department and then paste it here. So this will be the name of the folder dot the function, and that function is get program list. So we'll just paste it here. Okay, then this add department shouldn't be add department, rather it should be add program. Add program. Okay, you can see what I did now, right? I didn't actually write anything from the scratch, but I've copied because I've already done this before and it worked. So I'm just like replicating. That is how applications, most application is done, right? So any similar functionality, sort of writing it from again and again, you just like put copy and paste it and then change it to suit that particular module. So we are done with this, right? I'll go to the program now, the program HTML form, and then check if everything's okay. The first line is okay, but this line is not okay because we have not actually, we don't have faculty ID in the program form. What we have there is the department ID. I'll just copy this one and paste it here. So now what we have is we have the program name and paste it here. And we also have the program code. Copy and paste it here. So we are done with the program, right? So in this list program here, that is when I will now change this one now to program dot add program. So let's go to the views.py. So this is add program. I'll copy this one. So I'll go to my list here, list program.html, and then paste it here. I will change this to add program. So when I click on this button, it takes me to the add program form. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go to the add program form. Yeah, everything is okay. Yeah. So now let's run this application. Let's see how it works. So py app.py. Okay. So let's go to our browser now. So refresh this. If I click on faculty, it works. If I click on department, it works. Then if I click on program is not linked yet. Remember that this is page. This is our index page or layout or master page, right? So I have to go to a master page and link up programs. So I will click on it. It can be able to show like department and faculty. So I'll go to my index page, which is our master page. This is our index. Where's our index page? It's inside this template folder, the global template folder. Then I will just copy, so I'm writing this again. I'll just copy this one here and then paste it here. I will change the name now. So the folder name is program dot, then the function should be get program. Let's see the function. The function is get program list. So I'll go to the index file. So I'll just paste it here, get program list. Done. So I'll refresh now. Okay, it's telling me, do you mean department as this? Now it's telling me this because I've not actually registered the blueprint on the global init file. So let's see. If you go to the global init folder, you will see that I only registered faculty and department. So I'll just copy this so I can be able to register program also. Copy and paste it and then change this to program and change this one to the blueprint, like the program blueprint. So I'll pass it here. Okay, that's it. So when I refresh this now, right? So when I click on this, it work, click on this, work, if I click on this, it works now, right? So this program. So when I click on the add program here, you can see I can be able to see the department. Currently now, just only one department is being created. So I click on department here. So let's click on departments and then let's add more departments and see in computing. We have computer science and we have this CSC. So I click on save. So it's there. So although it's not showing here, we'll do this in the next video. So when I click on this program, I click on add program, you can be able to see the computer science, software engineering, and computer science. So let's test this and see how it works. So the program name I can have Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. Then this is BSc, let's call it SEN. Remember the character length we define here is 10. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. The space is counted, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. So it counts, right? So that's how you have to be very careful when you're defining the character length for a particular field, right? So save changes. So definitely, yeah, this is there. So let's confirm it is there because we won't know here. It's like I said, I will show you guys how it's being populated here and how we can work on the edit and delete button and delete all button in the next video tutorial. So let's go to this and select from program. Okay, you can see that is there. We have the department ID, which is a foreign key, and you can see we have a Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, which means that this foreign key, if you check the departments here, this foreign key 1 belongs to Software Engineering department table, which is 1. You can see this a primary key, which is 1 here, right? So it means that Bachelor of Software Engineering belongs is a program that belongs to the department called software engineering. So that is how it works. So that's how the relationship is, right? So you guys have understood. We have done the department, we have done the program. So the level is the same thing. Level is very simple, but level doesn't have any foreign key relationship. So the level should be like stand alone. Let me just show you guys how the level will be, how the model will be for level, and how the model will be for course. Now we leave you guys to do the rest, right? So now let's define the model for level. So if I go to the level module, where's this is level module, right? So I've not actually done anything here. So in this init, I will just copy what I did in the previous one. Let me just copy from faculty in the init.power. Just copy this and then paste it in the level here. Paste. So I'll just change this. I'll call this level BP. Then the name of the folder is called level. Then this is level. Okay, then I'll go to a model pi, which I've not actually defined yet. So, but I've already defined models in other modules. So this will mean writing from scratch, I'll just copy what I did here and then go to the level here, models.py in level, and paste it here. So just to change the name, I'll change this to level. Then the table name is level. Then this is the ID. I have this, can call it name. Okay, let's leave it a name. Then we can remove the code. Then we can, this is level and this is the name self does this name here. So I can see how fast I am because once you are used to this, you find that it's very, very simple. Then I will leave you guys to do the views because just copy and then do the views for list and then add forms for level. So this is how the course will look like. The course, remember that every course belongs to a particular program, and also every course also belongs to a particular belong to a particular program, belong to a particular level, also belong to there are some departmental. Although this is not actually a real efficient system because we're supposed to have semester to this, and we're supposed to have session. Also, we're supposed to have a registered departmental courses where the system will keep track of all the registered departmental courses for each of the session and semester and also level. But because this is just a class design, that's why we keep it simple so that we all can understand it and make it better. And then you can pick up your own application and start training yourself and designing. But this is just to show you the fundamental step of how easy it is to build web application. So For this class here, what you do here is just the course we have. Let me just write it here because I won't do it here because of time. The course model will have two foreign keys, which are the program ID and the program ID and the level ID, just for this one, right? So if I'm to define this, right? So if you are to define the model, remember to have two foreign keys, which is program and this. So in the scenario for this course, let's assume we have course now. The course should have like a two drop down, a select drop down, where you have to select the level and you select the program that course belongs to in this class. So that is the task I'm going to give you guys to complete this for 200 level class, right? So we're going to complete the level course, we're going to complete group. I will explain this group students and assign students model in the next classes so that when you are doing this, you know how to do it very well. So thank you and God bless you and have a good day.